Hey folks, welcome to the channel. It is payday, so I thought before I started work that I would go ahead and get into assigning my paycheck for the end of this month. Just as a reminder, this paycheck is pretty much going to go towards the expenses for September. I get paid roughly twice a month. Like this month I got paid, this is the third paycheck of the month, but really I'm going to assign it to September because the next paycheck in September won't be until the 16th. So obviously need some funds. So let's just take a look. I do have, this is my paycheck, and I do disclose it because I work for the state and it's public knowledge. If you know who I am, then you can go look it up at any time that you want. I do have some funds in set aside, and this is earmarked for my debt that I have, which is right here, this $3,605. So I'm going to leave that in set aside, and if there's any money left over after I assign for the first part of September, I'm actually going to add some more, maybe just a little bit more funds to it, but more than likely I'll probably put additional funds in set aside so that later this month I can put more into that debt, but only after such time as I know that my month is good through the first part. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is first check to make sure that the end of August looks good. Let's go ahead and actually make this a little bit bigger for you because I keep forgetting to do that. Let's just scroll down. I'm pretty sure I have everything assigned for this month that needs to be assigned. Things have either been paid for or they will be pulled. They're funded and they will be pulled very soon. I have a little bit left over on food and health, and I'm just going to leave those because I might go to the grocery store again, but I'm not sure. And then, I'm just gonna keep this here just in case. I know I have another supplement coming in soon, but I don't know when that's going to ship. Should be, it's automated in Amazon, so I'm just going to leave that there. What else do we have here? I feel like there's, yes, and I think I have something else in entertainment, and this is being a little bit jumpy, so I'm going to use this instead of my mouse wheel. Yeah, so I do have some things in entertainment. Netflix will come out probably tomorrow. Sometimes it comes out on the first of the following month. It just depends, but I have an expectation that this will come out. I did fund half of the YouTube Premium, which I will be converting from monthly as a family plan to yearly for single. So I've funded half of that, and my YouTube Premium service, I'm pretty sure ends today. So I'm either going to take care of that tomorrow or I'll take care of it at some point this weekend, I think, because if I'm watching YouTube, I don't want to be interrupted by ads. So, and I do watch YouTube more than anything, any other streaming service, honestly. So for me, it makes sense to have that premium. I'm going to cancel this, by the way. I need to remove that. And that will just run through the end of December. And if Rachel wants to get it this is for my grandkids. If Rachel wants to get it for the grandkids, she can. So it doesn't look like I need to assign anything else this month. So I am just going to, and this also is coming out. I'm pretty sure it comes out today as well, so I should see this post at some point today. So everything for August looks pretty good. So for this $2,797, let's go into September and start assigning. So when I knew I was going to be a little bit short at the first part of September, I went ahead and assigned a couple of things, half of what was due. from the last paycheck. So I'm going to go ahead and fully fund this, which I'm just going to go ahead and click the assign, and that will fully fund that. That'll be good. This will be coming out on the 15th, and I unfortunately need to assign that because I won't get paid next until the 16th. So I'm going to go ahead and assign that. The gas, it will be on the 2nd. I believe that I received the bill, and let me just go check that. It'll be $36.34. So I'm going to go ahead and put what that is. And edit target. Now I can't remember how to do this. Here it is. I'm just going to go ahead and save that so it doesn't look like I'm over or underfunded. Let's see, the electricity bill will be $215. It just keeps going up every single month. Okay, $215. I had $220. So let's go ahead and edit that just so it's, again, not reporting something that's inaccurate. Verizon will come out $88.70. Let's go ahead and edit the target. So that's correct. And then the water is, I know I received that, $76.23. So all right, so that pretty much takes care of all of the utilities that I need to do. I still have $1,700. Let's go in now and take a look at some of these other expenses that I have coming up. I'm paying almost all of my bills in the first 2 weeks of the month. It's crazy. It looks like internet, Amazon, ad-free, and Netflix are the only ones that will be coming out in the second paycheck. It's crazy. Pet care, I will need to go ahead and assign this. I'll go ahead and put that there. I'm pretty sure, just trying to think how much that's going to be, and I'll leave it at $61.16 and I'll adjust it if I need to when I go into Chewy and I assess what I need here. I'm probably going to need it maybe in a week and a half or so, maybe a week, but I'll assess that and adjust if I need to. I will have to be doing a vet visit, but I'm going to hold off on putting anything in there for just a minute until I get through the rest of these categories. Food, I'm going to go ahead and put $225 in here. And it wants me to assign $300, but I don't need $300 for the first 2 weeks of the month. I usually spend $300 in a whole month, so I'm just going to put $225, and I'm doing that because I have an expectation that I'm going to spend a little extra money when I go to the Sunflower Festival. Health and dental, I believe I'm going to, okay, that does have $15. I think I'm going to leave that. I don't really need to add anything extra there. As far as these, I do need to put, I think, 71, although I might be able to pay off that debt and not have that fee, but it'll depend on my HELOC. It's been approved. I'm waiting for the funds to hit my bank. And I'm going to go ahead and record that HELOC search video this weekend. I just am not sure what date. As soon as I know, I'll post it as a comment in there for those of you who are interested. There was some interest in that video, so I'd like to get it out as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. The actual amount And I think that that would be good if I just go ahead and get the actual amount in there, which will be $70.33. Pretty sure it's going to be exactly $70.33. I'm not going to put anything in uncategorized. Goods and supplies. I'm gonna go ahead and assign that. I have an expectation that I am probably going to need some of those household items. ChatGPT, I'm not ready to do that. I am gonna get ChatGPT, but I'm gonna wait a couple months. But I'm gonna keep it there. Car insurance is on the 4th. I will need to fund that fully. Maintenance and repairs. I am going to need an oil change and an inspection and possibly tires, but I'm going to put money in my sinking fund, not in this for right now, because I know it's a future, but it's not right now. Fuel. I am going to be helping my daughter move, so I have an expectation that I'm probably going to fill up again in the first 2 weeks, because I'm going to be making, it takes roughly 30 minutes to drive there, so I'm probably going to be making multiple trips. So I'm going to go ahead and put another $35 in there. I don't typically have to fill up the tank. Usually it's like every 6 to 8 weeks, but I do have an expectation that I am going to need that this month. As far as these, I don't need to fund those right now. This is oh yeah, I'm canceling that, so I'll be able to remove that shortly. The 15th, I do need to fully fund this to have it ready to, it's an automatic pull, and I need to make sure that that's fully funded, because that'll come out on the 15th, and that's my season tickets for the hockey team here locally. Amazon ad free, I don't need yet. I am gonna, even though Rachel said she's gonna pay for the tickets, I'm gonna just drop in $10, $20 for that in case the urge hits me to pay for the tickets for the Sunflower Festival. I may or may not use that. September, I have funded $70 of it. I need to fund $69.99 to have it be fully funded, I think. Yes, perfect. So now when I'm ready to set up that, it will be funded and good to go. We talked about Amazon Kids, where I am eventually going to cancel that. For hobbies, I'm not going to add anything this month. However, what do I have? I think I took it out because I wanted to be responsible when I go to the Sunflower Festival. So I'm just not going to do any gifting at the Sunflower Festival. Unless I really see something that would be great for Christmas. No, stop, Kathy. No. Let's see. For sinking funds, I do know that on the 1st, $50 is going to come out automatically. And I am going to assign that to gifting because Christmas, right? Although, I know I'm going to have this too. Okay, I'm just going to leave this alone for right now. I'm just going to move that $50 in that I know is going to be automatically drafted, but I'm not going to put anything else in anything. Well, maybe pet care, because that's the most pressing one. Let me think about it. Prime's going to be paid well before next month. You need a budget. I'm eventually going to do this. It'll be at the end of the month sometime. I think my free trial period ends later in September. The other thing I do need to fully fund is this, which will come out on the 15th, which is before my next paycheck. So that leaves 728 ready to be assigned, And because I know I have debt, I am going to put that in set aside, and I'm going to say hopefully by the end of the month I'll have roughly $700 to assign, or excuse me, not by the end of the month. By the end of that pay cycle, which will be on the 15th or the 16th, hopefully I'll have $700 to assign to uh, paying off more of my debt. Now, because the HELOC did cost me, I think, $1,600, on top of this right here, I'll have a new credit line here that I'll just call it the HELOC, that will have a balance of $1,600. And then I'm actually going to pay this off, because by paying this off, it actually saves me money, provided that I still follow the same payment plan that I have right now, which is roughly to be paid off, this amount right here, to be paid off in October. And I don't see any problem to have that done by then. Now there will be an additional $1,600 on there, which I should be able to pay off within a month or so um, after October. So it should be pretty soon. And I'm just going to kind of put as much as I can on that to get rid of those debts, because I am going to be incurring some big debt. I mean, this is peanuts compared to what's going to happen when I get the stairwell fixed and do the regrading. And I'm also going to, well, I'm going to go over that in the video. I'm going to talk about what the process was and also how I'm going to use the funds. So I'll go over those details then. Have a little expectation here. So in any case, I am going to put this in, and we're still in September, so I'm going to put 728.72 in set aside, and this is my method for earmarking the money towards something that I would like it to go to, but I don't want to actually assign it, and I also don't want to pay it, because anything could happen between now and September 15th. I mean, you guys have seen my luck lately. Anything could happen. So I'm just going to set that aside and hopefully have at least 700 of it go towards that. Now, because all of my bills are hitting in that first 2 weeks of September, my second paycheck of September, I'm not going to have any expenses on that thing. Honestly, I think my expenses total $370 in expenses, $370. So I have an expectation that at the end of September, I'm going to be able to put, what, $2,400 into debt, which is crazy to think of. Let's just hope I can hold tight and not just do something crazy like, I don't know, buy a TV or something stupid like that, which I won't do because I don't need a TV. You know, the idea is, I suppose I could put some money into all of these expenses, like the tires that I feel like I need, and getting the cats to the vet for their second immunization for feline leukemia. I know those expenses are coming up sooner rather than later, so I might apply some of that towards those things, but right now I just need to go with the flow and then assign that a little bit later. So let's talk about what the next video is. I do want to get that HELOC video done because there is some interest in that. I have a normal scheduled weekly check-in for the Budget by Paycheck workbook right here, which is scheduled to go out tomorrow. I also have a reconciliation video for the YNAB, which I was going to do on Sunday, which I suppose I'll go ahead and do, and then either Saturday or Sunday I'll go ahead and film that HELOC video. because I think I'll have time. I'm pretty sure I'll have time. Um, Monday's going to be crazy. That's like the big move. A lot of the big stuff's going out. I'm going to be doing a lot of running back and forth on Monday on my day off. Woohoo! um, so Monday's pretty much out unless it was very late in the evening. So next video tomorrow for the budget by paycheck, and then sometime Saturday or early Sunday, the HELOC video, and then finally the reconciliation for all of this stuff. I'll just update all these numbers and, just check these out, make sure they're going in the right direction. It would be nice if I could get that after I made my next payment for the mortgage loan, but that's doesn't happen. I think that is even going to be done on the 2nd. So in any case, I think we're done here. Let's go back to August because that's technically where we're still at. And I will talk to you in the next video.